Let me invite to the stage one more time Jacek Levernes and Wojciech Popławski from Accenture Operations, Managing Director and of course Vice President of ABSL, to open the conference with summary of the last year and plans for the future. Gentlemen.
We're living in a time of disruption. Currently, with everything that's happening, we have Brexit, Trump, populism, protectionism, technology, transformation. There's a lot of disruption. There's a lot of change. I think actually there's quite some fear. And certainly there's a lot of uncertainty. In these times of uncertainty and in these times of some nervousness, this is why we're here. ABSL is a platform to actually show leadership, to show the way on how we can actually make opportunity out of all of this disruption, change, and risks that are happening. Contrary to maybe popular belief, actually Brexit is a great opportunity. We'll talk a lot about that today, for us and for the sector here in Poland. As was said, Poland, and actually Łódź, here where we stand today, is symbolic. This is the place of disruption. This is the place of transformation. Look at this old power plant where we basically are, that's totally rechanged. It's not a power plant anymore. It's actually a beautiful conference venue. It's exactly the same as with our sector and as with what our industry is experiencing today. Poland today is #1 in Europe when it comes to business services, nearshoring, outsourcing. And it's actually top 5 globally. I want to repeat that because many people don't realize this, not even in our own country. Very important that we, all of you, propagate this information. It creates continuous success, and we actually are able to promote what we have been achieving. Let's look at some facts. 15 years ago, this industry basically didn't exist. Today, all of you, all of us, employ 250,000 people. We have very strong bases, especially in several areas, be that in IT or in banking and financial services, where we employ significant amounts of jobs and people. So how have we really been able to achieve this over the last years? We as ABSL have done quite a bit of work, and let me share that with you. It shows a little bit not only where we are, but also where we're going. We've been working various conferences. We've been doing conferences in New York. Last fall we were in London, basically talking about the great opportunity actually that Brexit brings Poland and brings to this industry now that everybody's reconsidering their location strategy. We've been working a lot with the press, be that Financial Times, Reuters, Bloomberg, on making sure that our sector and this country is really well positioned abroad. And I believe looking at, or hopefully you've seen that in the press, and I believe that we've been able to help create a very positive image of this country and of this sector. We wouldn't have been able to do that without really strong, what we call local chapters, basically ABSL that's working in Krakow, in Wrocław, in Łódź, in the cities, energizing all of the different members and communities that we have. These are very strong organizations. I would actually like to, for all of us, to give an applause to these people that are leading these chapters. This is huge work every day. We've been recognizing excellence, not only excellence in terms of investments, processes, services, but excellence in leadership, in making sure that people that have been driving this growth, many of you, are recognized here in our industry, in the country, and abroad. And we'll continue doing that. We've been engaging with the young, innovative communities. I don't know if you remember last year, we were in Katowice driving the first session, which we called ABSL Startup Challenge. So we're engaging with innovative young people to make sure that they have the right support, but also so that gives back both ways in terms of working with us, which are mainly big business and corporations, but also so that we give back the other way. As Marek mentioned, yesterday we had the first ABSL Talks, which is a new platform that we're launching to engage with our employees and with our prospective candidates. We hope to be able to really drive this platform much broader and much stronger. It was really a great success. We had a lot of positive feedback from all of the young people that were there yesterday, together with Randy Zuckerberg and Marcin Gortat and many others. And finally, we are also trying to give back. We've been working with various foundations so that we can help the disadvantaged, people with disabilities, and other segments of community that need our help. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what ABSL has been doing, and that's how we got where we are today. And we hope we will be moving forward, of course, in the next years to come. Now let me give it over to Wojciech Popławski, who's responsible for business intelligence and basically all of the information and intelligence that we have and that we're gathering as an organization. Thank you.
Good morning. What's an impressive venue. Those who know me very well can sense that giving me 5 minutes to talk about anything, especially sector insights, can seriously derail the agenda of this conference. I'm not going to do it. I let the numbers to speak for themselves. That's perhaps the best and most creative idea I've got for today. Before I do that, I just wanted to show you the first copy of our ABSL report for 2017 that will be made available for you in the networking areas just after we finish our presentation, and will be available to download from our website sometime in the afternoon. So let's jump to the numbers. As Jacek mentioned, we've got almost 250,000 employees on the market and strong pipeline of the new projects coming in. So definitely this number is not the last one that we will report as a growth factor. 24 companies, international and Polish, that invested in our country so far, including, and this is quite impressive, 80 brands from Fortune 500s that are responsible for creating a third of the employment in our sector. And we can see the total number of centers exceeded the psychological 4-digit barrier of growth, with almost every 10th employee, and this is actually what I really like very much, being a foreigner. We believe that increasing attractiveness of Poland can contribute to doubling this number within the next couple of years. And we know that in response to the growing demands of our sector and also, changing demography, this is something what we really need and maybe a little bit desperately need. Well, as I mentioned, numbers speak for themselves, and that was supposed to be a little teaser, so let's look to the future. Regional cities and their lifestyle attract the new type of employee. The typical one fueling our sector growth is millennial, single, speaking multiple languages, and got all the skills that are required for the transformational economies and for all the companies who really try to transform the organizational models. However, they also expect completely different work-life balance and freedom from the employees. So this will be very interesting competition for talent between new startups and the existing big corporations economy. So a few words at the end about the key trends and ideas that we at ABSL believe determine the present and will define the future. There is a fight for talent, and traditional recruitment is dead. Creative marketing, public relations, creative out-of-the-box events, digital communication will determine who will win this battle. And I'm really serious. And if you haven't figured it out yet, you are in trouble. The big companies don't have monopoly for innovation. And it's great to see how sector created the platforms like ABSL Challenge that Jacek mentioned before, that create the authentic link between the big economy and the young entrepreneurs to fuel the entire system and all the markets with all innovations that we need for growth and development. Poland becomes the important location for knowledge-based services. Existing R&D centers will expand, and there will be more to come if the new regulations that are promised a little bit will be introduced. Technology is changing the companies and the way they transform the operations. And looking at the number of the jobs that we created in this, I would say even cluster, IT cluster, could really become the next brand of Poland. And we shouldn't forget about it, and we should continue investing in this. And the last, which is really my favorite, maybe closer to my heart, because I'm coming from the regions, I'm not from Warsaw, I'm not from the big cities, apologies. But I believe there is a great opportunity that we still can explore. Today we've got 16 cities with over 200,000 inhabitants. We've got even more cities with over 100,000 inhabitants, of course between 100,000 and 200,000. And perhaps unbelievably large network of the cities, towns in a range of 30,000 residents. And we've got an idea at the very early stage of creating the so-called regio shores, where you can create the network of the little communities, little centers in these relatively smaller cities, where we've got plenty of untapped talent these days. And there is a number of people in the region I come from who will never move to the big cities for the multiple reasons. So I would like to pause at this moment. And this is also a little bit of tradition that at the end, I would like to say a big thank you to Janusz Górecki, head of ABSL Research, who is a mastermind behind the report. I'm only just talking for 5 minutes and taking all the stage, but this is actually the guy who is making all this happen. The big applause to Janusz, if I may ask. And of course, to all the partners, that all the names and brands you will find in our new report that should be available as we speak. Thanks a lot for your patience, and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.